This is just basically how a contractor would go over a property really quickly and ascertain how much time and money and how regular maintenance should be done. So a large gravel driveway. So any gravel areas, rocky or dry areas, that's what we're looking out for, to see whether those areas are going to get sprayed or flicked with weed seeds as cars drive in. Anyone mows or cuts the lawn or does any trimming or anything around the property, will weed seeds generally get into these rocky areas? Because if so, you're going to need to use a weed punch to remove them by hand, which can be pretty slow and time consuming and costly. Or you're going to need to use herbicides, which you got to be careful of overspray, children, pets, that sort of thing people can be concerned about. And you don't want to be spraying very regularly the same weeds, otherwise they're going to come herbicide resistant. So you're going to need a little bit of a combination effect if you've got large areas such as if you're considering purchasing a home and you're not much into gardens, this is something you'd be careful of, because it is a lot of manual labor and you're going to need certain sorts of tools for that. The size of the lawns. So we're going to do a measurement, or if it's a contractor, he'll just be able to do it by eye pretty quickly. What's really important to size up is how much maintenance per what you're paying rent or that you purchased the home for are you going to need to do per fortnight or per month. So an acceptable level that I would say, so you can have, low maintenance, acceptable or medium or standard, high maintenance, executive home, semi-rural, might be kind of getting towards high, or specialist equipment night to rent. Then it's reasonably acceptable to spend at least an hour for a contractor, and maybe double that for a homeowner. Just that's how it is. We should be quite fast. So that would be $50 or so. So 1/10 of your weekly rent. That's how we calculate it, is these factors. Is it front, back and sides? Does that include large rocky areas like I mentioned? Does it include garden beds that need a lot of pruning, high trees that need a lot of pruning, hedges that are used for screening? Do they need monthly maintenance or biannual heavy pruning? That all factors into your yearly price. So here I'm straight away going to notice that we're on semi-rural, so there's going to be a big fence line. We're going to need to brush cut that fence line. So there's a fair bit of time in that, and that's going to need to be done regularly depending on how much shade and what the weed pressure's like. And any open areas that you want to keep snake free, you might need a ride-on for, or at least keep that well maintained and free of sticks and things like that. That's another sort of time consumer. You want to keep all the fallen debris away from your ride-on and blades, and same with the contractor. And that is where you can spend a fair bit of time, is picking up things out of lawns. We have to do it, otherwise we damage our equipment. So anything that someone might have on the lawn that is not grass or cuttable, you want to get it off. There's always a danger that you might not see it, and if a contractor comes across too many hidden things in the lawn that ruins his equipment, he may choose not to do that contract anymore. So that includes everything. If you do have we have some sorts of specialized equipment like rotary scissors that can handle sort of messy areas, because it doesn't flick things into glass or pools, or flick weeds onto rocky areas. So the very last thing, I guess, is the choice of grass that was put down on the property, or could be the choice of grass that you may be considering putting down on the property, depending on whether you are always going to get a contractor in, whether you're going to purchase your own low quality equipment or high quality equipment, do it yourself or whatnot. So basically the quickest way I could help someone would be, once you know whether you've got high or low maintenance grass. So if you've gone for really dense grass like Sapphire and Sir Walter, it's really nice. It's soft, it's dense, it crowds out weeds, and it's great for the kids. It feels really nice underfoot. But it is quite spongy, and so anything with wheels is gonna sink into it. So it's not always the easiest to use a standard mower on. So in the end, a lot of people will end up calling a contractor with a self-propelled mower, or a ride-on, something that can push through that spongy grass and still cut it regularly, so that you don't put it off, or you've got no reason to put it off because you're struggling to push a standard mower through it. So that is the reason why some people choose to go just common local couch, because it can handle less water and less maintenance. You don't need a specialized mower for it. It can grow in compacted soils that would be flat and easy for a standard mower to push through. It doesn't need to be self-propelled. So this is a semi-rural property, and as you can see, it's the dense spongy grass. So we have to cut this regularly. If we miss out on a service, then the self-propelled mower might not even be able to get through it. It might just spin the back wheels, or we might have to push as well as use the self-propel function. So really important there. If I have a property that doesn't realize this, unfortunately, that I have to come regularly, and they're kind of underquoting it for me, you know, only saying coming in once a month when you have this type of grass, I may choose not to take on that contract, because I know that it needs more than that, and it's always going to be a struggle for me, and possibly the client is never going to really fully enjoy the benefits that originally this grass was laid down for. But yeah, that's just something to consider. So you can go the other route if you're always going to do it yourself, or just be prepared that you may need a contractor if you get the newer types of more expensive grass. But there's pros and cons for both. But anyway, hopefully I've helped some people if they're considering to purchase a home or anything like that, wondering how much the maintenance is going to cost, or how much they're going to need to put aside on the weekends. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good day, and hopefully I've got some more tips for you soon.